Hello, how are you? Good morning. I hope you are doing well. You and your family. Happy Sunday to all the beautiful people out there. I'm having me tea with, shawarma, some rice, some sausages, some cucumber. Today I have decided to eat, to load it up, to do me some justice. It's weekend. You need to eat good. There are vegetables inside the shawarma and stuff. I think it's delicious. So, anyway, I'm wearing I think I had this since I was 8. I haven't grown much, even though I feel good about myself. And I try to share that positive vibes. My mom gave me this when I was a teen, and I've had it. So today I saw it and I wore it. You can see it's kind of like, it looks like the modern day clothes that it's been torn, but this is wool, so it's different. And I love the color combinations and stuff like that, So I'm putting it on. And I love my mom, my dad for, allowing me to be myself and encouraging me to find myself and supporting me, The love that you give to your children is very important. That foundation is very important. It allows you to have a healthy child. So don't go about giving birth to children you don't really love, or you're not ready for, or you feel like it's a mistake and stuff like that. Do your best to make sure that you cultivate that love. Love is a foundation. Love is in the religious book and stuff, because many people claim to know many things, to be religious, but they are evil at heart. So we have to do our best to make sure that we cultivate and share love always. That's very important. So yesterday, I tried to discuss the security challenges that we have and stuff like that, And we still have that security challenge, and it's still not, pinpoint. Like, they haven't pinpointed in an area that we can, see their, trusting them with high credibility of, leadership. Security has been the focus of their campaign, and it's ending towards their tenure of campaign. Security is now an African issue, and we cannot longer pretend, it's not a threat to every person, be it foreigner, be it citizen. Everybody is a threat. So, and it also can affect the growth, the economic growth, and it can also temper with the investors and what have you, farmers, many things, medical growth and stuff in terms of healthcare wise and stuff like that, and many other things, psychological, economical, food security, everything that you can think of. It's still a threat to us. And if farmers don't go to farm because they're afraid of getting kidnapped or bandits and stuff like that, we are exposing ourselves to high influx of food. Ramadan is right around the corner. Many things are just happening and stuff like that. And I think the security, it also affects mostly the northern region, even though it affects almost the vast Africans. And every African country has its security challenges, but ours is just special and it's different, and it's just rude and disrespectful because it has the same pattern. So I'm speaking on this rude pattern that we have in Nigeria, the root pattern of kidnapping, the root pattern of banditry. We have to find a way to reduce this disrespect and rudeness and slap on the face. Having all this military personnel that we have, an agency and, ministries and stuff like that, we need to sit down and see our way forward as decent human beings, and people that are also on payrolls to justify their payments and stuff. We know, yes, there are security agencies who are great, who are doing their best, who are, overwhelmed, who are also, not giving allowances paid or due allowances and what have you. We know there are security personnels like that who are given 100, but they are also being cut short. So we want them to go and check their logs to find a way to do away with the corruption, to reduce the corruption if they cannot abolish the corruption in the security agency, knowing that blood now has become money. So we are worried because this culture of insecurity, it's becoming more, it's becoming a design for different criminal behaviors. They are using these weaknesses to harvest and to cultivate their criminal success, because it's now there are more heat on criminality, more geeks on criminality. Criminality has become more of like a lucrative business, like most people are saying, but I see it more as a decline in human value. We have to have more job opportunity, more job growth, more inspiration. When we come online, we try to inspire people. Some just decide that, what are you doing? What are you saying? We don't need to be enlightened. Some, because they are already dead from the inside. They are just walking zombies. So people lack the moral values to understand their what. So we are here sometimes to reevaluate, to revalidate, to refresh, to make them aware that they are very important. They are as important as the leaders that we have, and the people are the most valuable things that the leaders have. They have nothing more valuable than you as citizens. You need to be in place for them to have their validations as leaders, because without you being in place, there's no way their leadership would be valid. So when the citizens are being dropped dead in different ways, or ransom businesses and stuff, and they are not longer safe, we have a big threat on our shoulders, and we shouldn't be watching the threat daily. So those are things that we should think about. Don't get tired of the security challenges. Security is a problem. You can see in a house, somebody might decide, okay, he wants a maid guard, or he wants a security personnel, or be it from the agency. Either they have security agencies and stuff, and you can hire the morning, the night, or whatever. Or you can decide if your life is at risk or stuff like that. You can go to the police station, put it in, write a letter and stuff, and they attach you with a security personnel because you're entitled to that kind of thing. So when you go having a security, and then maybe you might decide to do some kind of like give them food if you don't want them to leave the place or something like that, so you have 24-hour security. So when you go about trying to figure out your security, home security and stuff, place it in a national security per se. You want to go to the market, you want to go to your farm, you want to go to areas and stuff, and you don't have that decency, those freedom, and you are always thinking, you're panicking. You might have either hypertension, heart attack, whatever, stroke, and it's hot, and the weather is fluctuating, except if you are in a region that you have a lot of trees and sometimes it gets cool and stuff like that. But when you go to certain areas and stuff, you start thinking, you panic. So these are things that one should think, when you are a decent human being, and you know that when you are living this earth, you are living with nothing. You're living with nothing. So it's only your humane actions, your good deeds, that it's going to imply. So you sit down there and you think that you have done enough. Check yourself. Have you done enough? People's decency is everything. That's the true wealth. Decency. When you don't have decency, you're exposed to all kinds of things. You're breathing more criminals. So the painful part is that some people are kidnapped, go into trauma, any small thing. When they are inside a crowd, they panic. You see them, they panic, they flinch. And we don't have the psychological analysis or evaluation or nurturing or guidance and stuff, to help most trauma victims, people at walls and stuff like that, it's just survival of the fittest. So these are things that I'm concerned about, because trauma people can decide, okay, they might be taking knives, they might be walking around with knives. When they get scared, they stab. So these are things that we are generating more sick people in our society. Criminals are generating more sick people. They're not thinking deep into the society. We have advisors that they're just there warming up their seats at advisors and stuff, watching the show. We have National Assembly watching the game like a chess play and stuff. We need them to do more, to remember that these are human beings. It's not ending of the month you get paid allowances and stuff, or deals and stuff, or contracts and stuff. We have to do more for the decency of the people. We have come a long way. When our forefathers, my grandfather also fought for the British army, and before he went to the war for Nigerian stuff, we were like first, British stuff. He went to war. I always say he went to war with IBB, the former president. He told me how brave my grandfather is. He saved his life. He was one of the best snipers and stuff. So you see, I have a military background. So, what I am trying to say is that we need to do more on our military intelligence, or our intelligence, national intelligence, because we cannot be, disrespected as people. People are losing confidence, morals in the security system daily, every day. It's a non-stop affair. And this is not enough for them to tighten their belts to have a drastic change. If they can fight Ebola, and they can even fight Corona, I think they should be able to fight the bandits, the kidnappers, and what have you. It's making people mentally sick. We cannot embrace mentally sick citizens, in vast. Already we have both soldiers that will be mentally affected and citizens that will be mentally affected by the aftermath and the performance of war or the engagement of war. And then we still have bandits, we have kidnappers from the productivity of that's criminal terrorists. So it's not okay that the intelligence is not as sharp and it's not as accurate to protect the people, because the repeated patterns of kidnapping, it's really gruesome, it's worrisome, it's uncomfortable, it's distressful, and it's psychologically not balanced. We need to do very, very well in our evaluation of our security system, so we can be better and we can have more decency as leaders. These are things and these are thoughts that I try to share. Summer CC, the sound is very bad. Well, I don't know what happened these days. The sound has been very, very bad. I don't know if it's the network. The network on weekends is not really that great. I don't know. I just noticed. So anyway, there's that things that we figure out, and we need to find our balance to respect us as leaders and followers. Followers must learn to understand that they are valuable. Followers need to understand that they are very valuable. You need to know your worth as a citizen. You are very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. Lack of not knowing your importance, it's what gives way to looters, to criminals, to many things. You know you're important. You know you're important. It will be uncomfortable for your leaders to treat you less. So you need to understand that you are very important. You are a very important citizen. That's what I have for you today. Know your importance. Know that you have great value in the eyes of your maker. And if your leaders don't value you, you need to understand that you have values. You are the reason why they are on seat. You are the reason why they need to keep you safe. You are very, very important. You and your properties are very important. Just know that. That those are the things that your government needs to do for you. In all countries in Africa, you have to know that you are very important. You're so important that they have enslaved you to guard you. No human being on earth has been enslaved or guarded. It's because we are physically important and naturally important in our soil. It's so sad that we have to go through slavery. It's so sad that we have to be robbed. But you are very, very important. Just know that. No human being has ever been guarded, except an African human being. That's the height of importance. And in our modern day era, it's leaders that they are guarded, leaders and celebrities that they are the ones that they are guarded, important people. So Africans are so important that they have to be stolen, they have to be enslaved, they have to be, guarded, by the white people, the criminal people. Then, which I see it is a criminal thing. Hate is a criminal thing, So you have to know it's but at the same time, it's okay for you to understand how important you are. It's very, very important. So you have a blessed day and happy Sunday to all of you. And I hope we can find a way to make us better, because our background is mental slavery, and we need to do better mentally for ourselves, for to respect others, how we cultivate more love. And that's what I have for you today. You have a blessed day. Bye bye. I'll from the My day, it's okay. It's going well. I wish you all the same.